Hey, what's up, YouTube gaming community? This is Will Graham 13. Got some more pickups. Got a lot of pickups. Some pretty good stuff too. So I'm going to get started because got a lot to go through. First off, I'm going to go through the Dreamcast games that I found again. Like I said, my demographic usually doesn't have these, so I've been pretty excited to find them. Now, I've got 4 of these, and they were $1 a piece. So the first one, it's in great condition, is a Sega Sports Flag to Flag. It's a Formula One racer. Tried it out, pretty good. I mean, for when was this? 99. So this was one of the first ones. I didn't ever play this, but it's a good game. I found an amazing game. I had this from the beginning, but glad to have it back, and that's Soul Calibur for the Dreamcast. Again, $1. One I've never heard of. Pen Triicelon. Let you get a view of that one. So I never heard of this, but yeah, it's a game where you're playing as these weird characters, and you do a bunch of these like, I guess, the winter sports mock of the Olympics, you know, and it's kind of like a Mario Party, you know. It's got 1 through 4 players can play. It's you know, it looked interesting, and I've never seen it. To round out my Sega Sports collection, I found NBA 2K1. Not a big, obviously, I've told you, not a big basketball fan, but it was in good condition, and for $1, I need more games for my Dreamcast anyway, so this was nice to find. Then I found Extreme Sports for the Dreamcast. Again, $1. You know, it basically has every extreme sport from the late 90s to the early 2000s. So, you know, hang gliding, 4 wheels, driving, BMXing, wakeboarding, pretty much anything that was considered extreme. So those are my Dreamcast games, each one for $1 a piece. And I found some PlayStation 1 games. And I picked these up primarily, and all of these were $1 a piece as well. I picked these up, which is Real Fishing 1 and 2. Let's see there. I picked these up because they're by Natsume, and they are the makers of one of my favorite games, Harvest Moon. And this basically takes the element of fishing in Harvest Moon and just focuses on the fishing part. They make it a lot more personable and personal, and it's a lot of fun. I'm not even a big fisherman, you know. I don't go fishing very often. I can't even remember the last time I did. Last time I did, I remember whistling Andy Griffith's tune. But this is you don't have to be a fishing fan to enjoy this. Then I picked up Tetris Plus, which is by Jalico, and it's got like a Tetris party mode. Really fun, especially for more than one person. This game I've never even heard of for the PlayStation. It's called Rollaway, and it's by Psygnosis. I like Psygnosis, so this game looks just like Hamster Ball, I guess, which is a current gen game, but it kind of reminds me of Marble Madness, you know, those kind of games. It really reminds me of a board game back in the 80s called Labyrinth, where you had a metal ball and you had to kind of use these dials on this wooden square. You know, you had to use dials for the X and Y axes to guide this ball through a maze around holes and everything. And it was a lot of fun. I wish I could find a complete version of that board game. It was a lot of fun. But that's what Rollaway reminded me of. And not only that, I've never even heard of this game, so it's cool to find it. Then lastly, for the PlayStation 1, I found the Need for Speed Road and Track version of it, the first Need for Speed. Now, I have the version for the Sega Saturn, and the Sega Saturn version is much better to me than the PlayStation version. Just seems to have, you know, better tracks, better sound, better everything. But this is a pretty solid title for the first Need for Speed ever made, you know. Pretty good game. So, and then I found here for the computer, for the for the PC, I found the Sega Smash Pack 2. I don't even know how well you'll be able to see that, but this has Kid Chameleon, Comic Zone, Shining Force, Flicky, Sonic the Hedgehog, Super Hang-On, Swirl, Vector Man 1 and 2. And that's all on here for the PC. Found this for 50 cents at Salvation Army, so I couldn't pass it up. Alright, now moving on. Move on to the cartridges. I found a stack of Game Boy games, which is kind of rare, but I was able to pick each one of these up at Goodwill for 50 cents a piece. So that is $2.50 I got these for. And there's some pretty good titles in them too. Like Alleyway. Basically Breakout. It was one of the launch titles for the Game Boy. Metroid 2. Great game. One of my favorite Game Boy games. Star Trek: The Next Generation. I'm starting to get a collection of these Star Trek games. Next was R-Type. R-Type, this is a lot of fun to play on the Game Boy Color adapter for the Super NES. A lot of fun. And this one, I tried this out, didn't really get it. Zoop. I have no idea. I tried it out and it seemed kind of like a puzzle game and didn't really interest me too much, but couldn't pass them up for 50 cents a piece. On that same day, I was able to find some cartridges for the Super Nintendo, and it's in great condition. I found Total Carnage. It's kind of reminds me of Smash TV. It's a pretty good game. You know, it kind of reminds me of Smash TV slash Jackal. You remember Jackal for the NES? Kind of a top-down view of guys shooting. Not horrible, not amazing, but this I found for $2, so it's definitely worth $2. Then also for the Super NES, I found Final Fight. Now this one, I don't have it for the Super NES. I have no idea why. I have it for the Sega CD. And granted, this one you can't be Guy, and there's not two people playing at the same time in this. It's still a good game, and it's still one of my favorite Capcom games for the Super NES. I have a lot of good memories of this game. Then I found for the, that was $2 also as well. Then I found for the Nintendo 64, I found Bassmasters 2000. I picked that up primarily because it was the only Nintendo 64 game they had there, and it was $1. And like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with fishing games lately. You don't have to be a fisherman to play a fisherman game, you know. All right, and then move on here to found this was unopened, and it was sealed in brand spanking new condition, and that is MLB The Show '09. And I wasn't going to open it. I was actually going to trade it in at GameStop for something else. But they're not going to give me much for it, for one, and for two, I like baseball games, and I wanted a good one for my PSP, and this is a great game. I've been playing it all morning, and it's got, I mean, it's literally like you're watching a baseball game. I mean, it is awesome. I cannot wait to get 2010, 2011. Because if that's the way this game is, I mean, I'm a fan. So, but yes, I found this at Goodwill, still shrink wrapped, and it was for $5. So, couldn't pass that up either. Another sealed game, which I didn't open this one, because I kind of remember it, and I don't remember it being all that amazing, but it's for the Xbox, and it's called Mech Assault. It's in a weird sleeve. But it's never been opened, and I was able to get that for 50 cents. Found this which this is going to trade. But I picked this up for $1 at Goodwill. I found it with a bunch of other games. Years of War. Xbox 360 broke. Don't have one. Not getting another one. This is going to GameStop, even though it's a good game. Now, for the rest of the Xbox stuff that I found all these are complete too. I mean, you can see with this Years of War, I mean, it's in great shape for $1. I don't know. Found the greatest, or the Platinum Hits version for the original Xbox of Tony Hawk's Project 8. It's $2. You know, it's complete and everything, and I don't mind these games. I actually liked American Wasteland. I don't know. I found Dungeons and Dragons Heroes. Great 4-player simultaneous action game. Great beat 'em up with very little light RPG elements. Good game. I found this for $1. And great game. Great game. Alright. Counter-Strike 1 for the original Xbox. Great game. This one is, I don't even think this one's been played either. I mean, it has all the inserts and everything in it for Xbox. That was $1 as well. Driver 3, which was kind of cool to get this one because the new Driver's out, and I do want to play that one. So I never really got to play Driver 3. I found Fable. This was $1 as well. You can see it's in great condition. I've played this one and beat this whenever it first came out for the Xbox. I liked it. This is like the first game where you got to see your moral choices in front of your eyes by the changes it made to your character. Cool game. And this one I was super excited to get, and this was $1 as well because I loved the first one. This is Thief, Deadly Shadows. This, to me, not this version on the Xbox, but on the PC, was like one of the first stealth games I've ever played, and I loved it. Think Skyrim, but not as good, but just think Skyrim focusing completely on stealth and being a thief / assassin. Great game. You get to sneak up on guys with a blackjack, thump them on the back of the head, tie them up and stuff. A lot of fun. Then, for the Gamecube, I found, for $6, I found Mega Man X Command Mission, which is a RPG, kind of similar to Mega Man 64 or Mega Man Legends, except it's in the Mega Man X universe. Very cool. Highly recommend that one. And for this one, I spent $10 on this one, and highly worth it. I've been trying to find this one for my collection for a long time, especially a complete version. But it is Mega Man the Anniversary Collection for the Gamecube. Great game. It comes with all the Mega Man from the Nintendo era to Mega Man X. A lot of fanfare, a lot of really cool stuff. This was just made for fans as a love letter from Capcom. They don't do it often, but when they do it right. Yeah, and this afternoon I found a couple things that were pretty cool at the Salvation Army. First off, I found, and these are all boxed and complete, these were $1 a piece as well. Golden Axe 2 for the Genesis. Let's see there. And it's complete. Great game. I remember Golden Axe 1 and 2. I beat those back in the day. Never really got to play 3 though. Found this one for $1 as well. It's again complete. It's called Quack Shot with Donald Duck. I love these games. I thought they did such a great job on these games. All these Disney ones. And I must really like the Disney ones because I found Beauty and the Beast by Sunsoft, which is pretty cool. Can't wait to check this one out. But yeah, it's Beauty and the Beast. Complete. Really good shape. And this looks like a side-scroller, kind of in the vein of Aladdin, or, Aladdin, or, I don't know, can't think of, I'm drawing a blank, but like Aladdin. And then, of course, the obligatory Streets of Rage 2. I love the artwork on this, man. Check this artwork out. Look at this guy. I mean, this has got to be worse than any Capcom cover from the early, from the 80s. Look at this guy here. It's like a little kid kicking ass. It's just horrible. But it's got that charm. So, glad to find Streets of Rage 2. I have this on like a cart that has a Genesis cart that has like 4 other games on it, or something. 6 games, 6 in one cart. But it's good to have it on its own. And then last but not least, what I found is this thing in the box. It is called a Dex Drive. Let me let you get a little better shot at that. But it's called a Dex Drive, and what it is, and I don't think this thing has ever been opened. It's never been used. I mean, it's got the floppy disks right here, and what this is a saved game transferring device for your PlayStation 1. Say Ramstein Fan 234 has a saved a saved file of Mega Man Legends, and I'm stuck at a part. He could copy his game from his memory card to his computer and email it to me, and then I could take it, put it on my memory card. This never really took off, and it's from 1998, and it really never took off too well. I thought it might back in the day. I thought, well, that's kind of a good idea, yeah, I found this for $4.99, and I will do an unboxing of this at some point, and I will show how to copy games and send them over email. But yeah, so that's the Dex Drive, and it's supported by EA, so they must have really put their money behind this and to help Interact get this thing up and going. But yeah, I was pretty psyched to see that, because I remember when these were sold, these boxes were at Software Etc. or GameStop, whatever it was back in the day, Babbage's, right next to the copies of Bleem. And if you remember Bleem, you could copy your own PlayStation games and use Bleem to play them on your PlayStation 1. But anyway, the Dex Drive. And last but not least, I picked up a blue Xbox, classic Xbox controller, because I needed one. I have a see-through green one, but blue is my favorite color, and I'm psyched to get the see-through blue one. And I spent $2 on this at Salvation Army. So, anyway, that's my pickups video for this week, and I will have another one up next week, because I've already started finding some more stuff. But anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thanks for supporting. I'm trying to get this all bigger, and I'm working on an intro and all that stuff, so look for more to come, and thanks for everything. Take care.